China, in the blue corner, Shahrier Ahmedov of Russia.
Ahmedov Shahrier, he got the silver medal in Russia Championship of 2016. 让我们掌声有请到来自俄罗斯爱国者队的 Ahmedov 登场。他获得过2017年度的俄罗斯锦标赛的亚军。掌声有请。
So here goes Shahrier Ahmedov, 23 years old. This is his World Series boxing debut. Silver medalist, second place in the 2016 Russian Championships, which tells you pretty much everything you need to know. If you can finish in the top 3 in Russia, then you are a serious operator. Vladimir Nikitin has moved up to lightweight from bantamweight. He's in the squad at 60 kilos as well. 14 wins, 2 defeats in WSB over the course of his career. But it's Ahmedov who's got the nod for this one. I've not seen him before myself. Likes to switch hit, from what I gather.
Ahmedov 登场，欢迎你，王小雨。Okay, ladies and gentlemen, representing the home team China Dragons in the red corner, Shan Jun. He won the bronze medal in Azerbaijan Olympic qualifying match in 2016. 让我们掌声有请到中国龙队的山俊出场。他获得过2016阿塞拜疆奥运落选赛的第3名。掌声有请他。
And here comes the Chinese fighter, Shan Jun, 22 years old. Got to Rio, but was knocked out in the preliminary stages. A winning record in WSB so far, and that is an achievement in itself, to be honest. 3 wins, 2 defeats he has picked up.
好的，各位，再次掌声送给我们的中国龙队的队员山俊。 期待接下来会带来非常激烈的比赛。本场比赛的场上裁判是来自斯里兰卡的 Rookman。The referee for this fight is Rookman from Sri Lanka. Please.
So in the 60-kilogram category at lightweight, we have Shan Jun of China in the red corner and Shahrier Ahmedov of Russia in the blue corner. There we have it, Chan of China in the red corner, Ahmedov of Russia in the blue. Ahmedov, southpaw, Shan, orthodox fighter, good upper body movement there from Ahmedov. Solid looking right hand there from Shan, just moved Ahmedov backwards slightly, looking to try and land a fairly concussive looking jab there, Shan too. That was a nice right hand there from Ahmedov, just slipped away to his right hand side and rifled it up the middle almost, slight angle on it. Leading with that kind of punch shows a lot of confidence. Ahmedov just caught a left hand there, but he does look to have some tools, he looks to have some skills. Kind of arcing left hand over the top just before that, and this could be a good fight, I think. Left hand, both of them just opening out a bit there. It was Ahmedov who really threw down the gauntlet in that particular exchange. Good left hand there from Ahmedov. Looks for the left to the body. He needs to be careful though, because when he commits himself, that seems to be what Shan is waiting for. Just missed with that sweeping left hand there, and he was slightly off balance, Ahmedov, and Shan came back with a shot of his own, which wasn't all that heavy. If it had been, he probably would have gone over because his weight was all over the place, really. Ahmedov looking for the body again with the left hand. He has got a habit of moving back taking the weight really heavily onto his back foot to the point where he looks like he might even topple over backwards at times, Ahmedov, his feet crossing there as he came forward. So there are some technical flaws here with the Russian, but he's certainly come to fight, and that is making for a good fight. Left hand from Ahmedov, good southpaw jab from the Russian as well, but as I said, when he gets into that kind of range to let his hands go, Shan is not upset about that at all. Some decent shots have been landed in this round. Ahmedov has been the aggressor to the greater extent of these two, so I might go with him for this round, but he got caught a couple of times there and again towards the end, and that flurry there from Shan could be enough to tip the balance of the judges there. I think that was a very interesting opening round. Very interesting. Ahmedov, a kind of fascinating blend, really. He's got some good-looking tools, as I said, but he does have some fairly obvious flaws too. Shan is a bit more compact, a bit more solid. He's waiting really for Ahmedov to commit. Feels that he is going to make mistakes and give him opportunities. Good jab from Ahmedov, but then just stayed where he was, and he was very much within punching range. That was better for Ahmedov, got his punches away and then moved, and there the head's almost coming together. Very entertaining opening round. 60 kilos. Welterweights, light heavyweights and super heavyweights to come after this. Julio La Cruz in action last night for the Cuba Domadores, the world and Olympic champion at 81 kilograms. Picked up a couple of warnings though, I noticed, from the scorecard on the way to another comprehensive win. And that's what he likes to do, Ahmedov, by the look of it. He leads almost with a, it's not quite an uppercut, it's an up jab. He slings it from low. Good left hand there from Shan. And off the back of that, Ahmedov, he looks to throw that kind of arcing left hand over the top. But they both take risks. They are both happy to take a punch, to throw a punch. It's Shan who's got the centre of the ring. Ahmedov, who is working around him. He's got the better reach, Ahmedov, but he doesn't necessarily use it. When he does look for an orthodox jab, he can throw a good one, but he doesn't look for it all that much. Good left from Shan. Ahmedov spinning around was off balance. And I just fear for Ahmedov slightly that at some point he's going to be caught off balance and he's going to get tagged by Shan. He looks right for walking onto a shot, Ahmedov, to me. He almost did it there. That's a good left hand though there from Ahmedov. That's what he likes to do. Dips away to his right hand side, throws that right up jab that I've been talking about, and then really whips that left hand in over the top. It's beginning to blow a little bit, Ahmedov. The mouth is open. There it is again. Same manoeuvre from Ahmedov. Shan just caught Ahmedov on the inside there a couple of times. Ahmedov is putting a lot into this, you get the feeling. Shan is more economical. There's a lot of movement from Ahmedov. Those limbs are flying around all over the place at times. Whereas Shan just holds his style together that bit better. Left hand from Shan got through. Found the target. Bell goes to the end of the round. good fight. It's an interesting fight. I just think that the longer this goes on, the more Shan will come into it. And you can see that he's heaving a breath in there, Ahmedov. Doesn't really have a very economical style. Shan does more. And that's what they're encouraging in there, I think, just a little bit of upper body movement. There's that left hand, that was a good shot. That particular exchange is quite indicative of the way things have gone to an extent so far. Both just landing punches one after another. The second one landing because the fighter who landed the first one just stood there and admired his work a bit too much. Into the third. Shahrier Ahmedov of Russia in the silver. Shan of the China Dragons in the yellow and black. China 1-0 up after the opening bout at flyweight. A split decision win for Yong Chang. And I would make the Chinese fighter the one in the driving seat in this fight as well so far. Ahmedov trying to jab his way in, but again there just goes with the right hand slung from low, followed by that left hand down the middle. It's quite predictable from Ahmedov at times. Leads with a hook that time. And again, caught with a left hand. And Shan trying to get his hands moving on the inside. Body movement now from Ahmedov. I think he could do with a bit more of that. Reaching for the left hand there, the Russian didn't quite lead. Shan with a nice right to the body. Shan's nice and balanced. Very little wasted effort with him. He's not that hard to hit, but you look at him there, he's always in the pocket, or at least looks like he is, and encourages Ahmedov to come in and throw because he seems reachable, he seems hittable. Solid right to the body again there from Shan. Good left hand there from Ahmedov. They're flamboyant, flashy kind of punches he throws. They come from wide. There's a lot of wind up on them. There's a lot of loading up on them. That wasn't a knockdown, according to the referee. It seemed to be a punch in there that maybe started that downward descent, so possibly he was slightly lucky there, because he was caught a couple of times. He was caught a couple of times again there. When he opens up Ahmedov, he looks vulnerable because the punches come from wide. They come from a long way back. Shan can get a really good look at them as they're on the way in, and then just respond with straight shots of his own. Little clipping left hand there from Shan. Really good finish to round three this. Ahmedov throwing caution to the wind to an extent. Shan looking for the straight right hand. Ahmedov landed 2-3 punches himself there though. Right to the body there from Shan. Good stuff, great stuff at the end of the third round, and Shan with just a tiny little stagger as he went back to his stool there. Maybe that took something out of him towards the end of that third round. Ahmedov is going to be a good fighter to watch. That's Jun Shan, quarter of the China Dragons. 3-2 in WSB in his career so far. That's Ahmedov. He is going to be good to watch because, as I say, he takes risks. He really could do with tightening up. Because the way he fights, he's always going to give his opponent a chance. Well, numerous chances. But he's been hit with some good punches and he's shown he can take one. That's what I'm talking about there. There's the big core rotation, the punches coming from wide. He leaves himself pretty open. Shan, who throws shorter, straighter shots a lot of the time, or short little clipping hooks. When he sees those punches winding up from those kinds of angles, he knows that his quicker hands will land first. So into round 4. Shan looking to try and jab. Both landing simultaneously again now. We've seen that quite a few times. Ahmedov, so far at least in this round, is looking to be a bit more circumspect. Pretty young, both these two, 22 years old, the Chinese fighter, 23, the Russian. Well, he's just moving away to his left-hand side. They're just trying to move the head, Ahmedov, and he got caught. He was being a little bit cautious possibly, and now he decides that is not the way forward, and once again just opens up and throws, and he got caught a few times there by Shan, and that was an interesting passage because you could almost see there that Ahmedov was trying to do what he'd been told to do, keep the gloves up, keep the head on the move, and as he was doing it, he just dipped straight onto a punch, and you could see a switch flick in his brain almost that told him, okay, well, enough of that, let's get busy. Left hand there from Shan. Ahmedov really does want to come to fight. You can see him at times trying to combat those natural instincts and try and keep things a little bit more orthodox, but it's just not really him. Right hand from Shan landed pretty flush on the jaw there of Ahmedov, but once again, he shows that he can take one. Big overhand right, which didn't land from Ahmedov. Drops down with the knee and the gloves again, but the referee says no knockdown once again. And Shan is getting through now. Solid punches to the body. Ahmedov goes for a little bit of a walk. Again, he's trying to move that head. He almost moves his head at the wrong time, though, to an extent. Ahmedov. What I mean by that is that, of course, you need to move it in reaction to punches coming your way, but you need to move it constantly whilst you're on the way in, trying to slip, bob, weave your way in so that you're not so easy to hit. Sometimes he's just standing out of distance, almost consciously moving his head, and Shan will just step forward and hit him. Trying to land the left on the inside. 10 seconds to go at the end of the 4th round. It's been really entertaining, this. I really enjoyed this fight. Good 1-2 there from Ahmedov. It's a clash of styles more than anything else, which has made it absorbing. Bell goes. Just one more round between these two. Good turnout, as you can see there as well, in the Allen Bay Conference Centre. I was watching Morocco against France last week, and there was a raucous atmosphere there too in Fez. British Lionhearts will generate some great noise. Your call for their home fixtures too. Sure there were plenty in La Habana in Cuba against Argentina last night. Those are those shorter, sharper shots of Shan, and they just take a lot less time to travel to the target, and that's
Seconds
why
out.
Shan who is landing more efficiently. So final round of this fight at lightweight. Shahrier Ahmedov in the silver of the Patriot boxing team of Russia, and Shan of the China Dragons in yellow and black, and it's Shan who's had the better of this for me, probably in every round. It was pretty even in the opening round until the final 10-15 seconds when Shan landed some good combinations. Ahmedov has brought it right from the very start. He's brave, that's for sure. and he can take a shot, but he's just a bit too easy to hit. And unless he could do something pretty spectacular in this final round, Ahmedov, you would say, I would say anyway, that China are heading for a 2-0 lead here. I'm always at pains to point out my scorecard and opinion on the scoring matters not. It's the three judges at ringside who will decide who wins this. Bit of tape trailing from the wrist from the glove there of Ahmedov, which the referee might get trimmed off at some point during this final round. It's not been quite as action-packed as the previous four so far, but generally they've warmed up as the 3 minutes has progressed. Boxing a bit more off the back foot here, Ahmedov, just trying to stay behind that jab, keep it at distance. Has yet to really open up. I suspect it'll only be a matter of time because he just can't help himself. He almost did it there. Shan cuts down the ring pretty well, actually, just those little scampering steps. He's taken that centre all the way through. Ahmedov has been working around the periphery. Good left to the body there from Ahmedov. Better head movement there from Ahmedov as well. He's having a good final round here, the Russian. Nice left landed on Shan. And there's that combination we've seen before, which he's managed to put back in the draw the last couple of rounds. That kind of up jab, almost uppercut, followed by a left over the top. And I think they're going to engage for the last 45 seconds or so. Timeout, says the referee. And there's that bit of tape that he's going to get sorted out. That could flick into the eye, cause some damage if you're not careful. Shan with the right hand. Ahmedov did well though, just rocked back, took the weight back, and then snuck a left hand up the middle. These two trading for the conclusion of the fight, which is fitting really, because that's what they've done a lot of the time during this 5 rounds. And Ahmedov just clipped Shan with a left right at the very, very end. And that was good, entertaining stuff all the way through. I would go with Ahmedov for that final round myself, but I still feel that Shan has done enough. But we will have to wait and see. China are 1-0 up, of course, after that win at flyweight. He's just a bit more disciplined in that 5th round, Ahmedov, and that's what I felt made a difference. If he could do more of that in his WSB career as it continues, then I think he will have a lot of success, because he certainly has the fighting instinct, the fighting spirit.
中近距离的作战能力和攻防转换速度以及较快的节奏，各位在我们的拳台上的刚刚这场比赛的5个回合中已经有所领略了，非常精彩的一场比赛。那么他的对手呢，来自俄罗斯爱国者队的 Ahmedov 也是对于我们的 WSB 来说是一个比较新的选手了。同样呢，也是在本场比赛中也是赛出了他的水平，尤其是在最后一个回合当中，他也是 发挥出了他的全部的实力，也是在本场比赛中，打出了最精彩的一个回合。那么究竟这场比赛会花落谁家呢？我们现在分数也正在紧张的计算当中。好的，再一次请大家把掌声送给我们的本场比赛的2位选手，好吗？谢谢各位。 刚刚在比赛开始的时候，我们也说过了 ，WSB 拳坛盛世分为每个回合有3分钟，这个时长呢是多于我们的奥运赛事的，所以说在耐力和意志力上是对他们产生了极大的挑战。Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the scores of this bout by the judges are 本轮裁判的打分是这样的 ：Judge number 1, 48 to 47, 48比47 ；Judge number 2. 47 to 48, 47比48. Judge number 3, 47 to 48. So the winner of this bout by split decision. It's blue corner, Russia Patriots.
And it's Ahmedov who's got it. Very, very tight scores all the way through. Split decision, and the tightest of split decisions. 248-47 to the bottom there in favour of Russia, and 1 in favour of China. I would have gone with China myself just, but as I said, it was a tight fight. But Russia level it up at 1 apiece after 2 fights. And that was a very entertaining one. 60 kilos. I look forward to seeing both.